What's up people, Zan coming back at you live from the Accelerated Gaming headquarters, and in today's episode we are going to be analysing some of the most recent suspect tests, which are the any suspect test for Sawk, the IS suspect test for Sharpedo, and Mega Obama Snow. Now in this video I'll be talking about what I thought about the Pokemon before the suspect test and how they rated their original tier, what I thought about the suspect test, what I thought about the results of the suspect test, how I think they'll work in the new tier. So, without further ado, let's get started with the Pokemon that I'd like to analyze first, which is going to be, in fact, the Mega Abomasnow. I don't really need this. This is from my another video that I'm planning. I can get these back later. It'll probably be uploaded along with this video. But let's start off with Sawk. Firstly, one second, guys. Yeah, let's get started then, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna start with Sawk, who, in fact, moved up from the NU tier to the BL2 tier, and yeah, if you guys heard that, sorry, the music. But moved from the NU tier to the BL2 tier, BL3 tier, sorry. And I have a lot to say about this Pokemon. But firstly, let me just go over what this Pokemon did, what I thought about the Pokemon before the suspect test. Now, if you guys didn't know, in NU, Sawk was the premier fighting type in NU. Now, in the NU tier, there are many dark psychic fighting cores, and Sawk was in many of them due to his decent speed, amazing instant power, and decent bulk, along with two great abilities in Sturdy and Mold Breaker. Now, Sawk was able to run a lot of sets effectively, such as a Choice Scarf set, a Choice Band set, an Expert Belt set, and a variety of other effective sets. Now, Sawk was, like I said, the premier wall breaker of the tier, due to it having the instant power and decent speed along with it. It was, if you wanted a psychic dark fighting core, then this was the Pokemon that you used, just because of the instant power and speed that it has. It outclasses a lot of the other fighting types that were in the tier, such as Girder, Combusken, Hariyama, Hitmonchan, and Primeape to a certain extent. However, like I will tell you, now that this Pokemon has left the tier, along with it, if you guys don't know, Gurdon left the tiers also, it leaves a big hole in the tier for the other fighting types to fill, as firstly, they need to fill the role that Sawk filled, which was a wall breaker, and a decently fast one at that. So the best replacement, in my opinion, would be Primeape, since it's the fastest fighting type, even faster than Sawk itself, and it has decent power with the Choice Band set. However, if another set that you will probably see more commonly now, normally you see a Assault Vest Hariyama, but now you'll probably see more of a Choice Band Hariyama, because you need that power. Hitmonchan can't really replace Sawk because it has its own niche, and along with the Combusken can't really replace Sawk. So Sawk was just a great fighting type, along with its amazing coverage, and obviously having the stab close combat with the 125 base attack. You can see his stats here. That was really crazy and pretty big for the tier. And in terms of what I thought when they announced the suspect test originally, I was pretty happy actually. I wasn't really sure if it should move up or not, but I thought it at least does deserve a suspect test, since it was really powerful and really centralizing in the metagame of the NU tier. So, in terms of that, I would have liked it to receive a suspect test, and it did. But in terms of it moving up, I wasn't sure, because like I said, it leaves a big gap in the NU tier. So if we were to move up or to stay, I wouldn't really care. However, I did, like I said, think it was deserving of a suspect test, and as it turns out, it did receive a ban, which majority ban of, I think, third, sixth. Let me see the result. It says Sawk is now banned under a 66.67% majority. At this point, not many people, not all the people had decided, but even if the rest were to vote for doing a ban, I'm reading red by the way, Sawk would still be banned by 57% majority. So, like as you can see, most people wanted this thing gone out of the NU tier, and as I showed you, I can see why. It's insta power, decent speed, and very centralizing in the metagame, good coverage, and outclasses a lot of other Pokemon like Primeape and uh, Combusken and Hariyama and Hitmonchan, all the fighting types basically, besides Gurdon, which also moved up. And so yeah, in terms of that, I think it did deserve the move up. Now, what this will leave the NU tier with, like I said, only it will need some replacements, as most teams will be left without a wall breaker, because I think Sawk filled that role quite a bit, and most teams will be left um, without a fighting type, or have to replace that fighting type because of the abundance of fighting psychic dark cores in the NU tier, as that is a big core, more greater than the Firewall Grass core or Fairy Steel Dragon cores in the higher tiers, if I'm honest. Now, how it will function in the new tier, which is the RU tier, as is BL3 now. There are an abundance of fighting types in this tier. However, how good it will be, I think it will be pretty decent. Uh, you have Pokemon like Hitmonlee, Hitmontop, which fill their own niche, to be honest. And you have Pokemon like Virizion, who has more of a set of Pokemon. If you want instant power, decent speed, then Sawk is a good Pokemon for you, because it has its own things to stand it set it apart. For example, you have Pokemon like Scrafty and Virizion, who are similar in the fact that they have setup moves. You have Pokemon like Hitmontop and Hitmonlee, which are similar in the fact of the Rapid Spin. You have Pokemon like Glade and Embo, who fill their own niches, and they have Pokemon like Medicham and Sawk, who are instantly powerful and instantly, well, decently fast. Now, its speed tier isn't the best for this tier. Obviously, you have Pokemon now like such as Fletchinder, Coffee Gregus, which can wall it to an extent by having access to knockoff Sawk does, and you have faster threats such as Durant, which can easily OHKO Sawk, so you'll probably be using Sturdy a bit more. You have Pokemon like Granbull and Golbat, which wall it, and obviously moving up a tier, more Pokemon are there to wall it, and of course we have but there are a lot of dark types in this tier, such as like in the lower tier NU. So you have Pokemon like Sneasel, you have Pokemon like physically weak Pokemon like Absol and Iselgo won't like a close combat too much. So overall in this RU tier, I think Sawk will be fine, and it can set itself apart from the other Pokemon. And Sawk mainly functions best on offensive and balanced teams. As if you want a wall breaker, you got one right here, and to be honest, it is weak to obviously the flying, psychic, fairy moves, which are pretty common in this tier, and it fills mostly the role of wall breaker, and yeah, it doesn't really work well against Stall, because you have Stall uses mostly Ghost Pokemon, so you're gonna want teammates who can take out Ghost types, so I can just basically just click close combat. It does get worn down quite a bit, and hazards are quite big this tier. Plus, you have Scald from a lot of Pokemon. So if you do have correct amount of support, and you do have what it needs to for Sawk to just clean up the game, which it can be a late game cleaner depending on what set you're on, then Sawk will be very effective, very effective in this tier. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about Sawk.